Hey, hello friends and fans, boys and girls of Bob's Barn Workshop. Today we are in the barn to do some work on the Traverse. And what we're going to show you today is I've shown you oil changes. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do an oil change. But while it's up, I'm going to change the transmission fluid. I see she's got about 100,000 miles on it, you know, like 96. So I'm going to change it, and it's a pretty easy procedure, but I wanted to ask if you guys are watching, but you're not subscribers. So please subscribe. You'll see all kinds of stuff I do. I'm going to be working on this Mustang more this spring and winter. I'm going to be building some furniture, some beautiful ash furniture coming in a couple of weeks. Please at least like and subscribe if you would, so you don't miss anything. Snap on that notification bell and you'll know when I post a video. I don't really have a regular schedule too much, because sometimes I'll have enough video from a project to make 2 or 3 videos in a row, and then nothing's going on for a month, and I'll miss a few weeks. So sorry about that, but I try to do my best. I'm just one guy. I don't have a big editing department or anything like that. You can see the carnage from doing the work on the 2008 last week. The old bearings over there too. So anyway, 347 stroker, baby. I got video on building that. You want to see me build it? Look at last year's videos. All right, so let's get ready. We're going to get set up, and we're going to jack this car up, and we're going to open the valves and drain all the crap out of it, and blah, 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 you know. All right, we'll see you soon. Well, I'm here. I'm stripping off the tires so I can rotate them. We had that put out late December. Before our trip there. Yeah, I got all kinds of ice melting off the bottom. Oh, that's going to be a ball. It's going to be a real hoot. Now, I used to put anti-seize on my lug nuts, but a mechanic told me never to do that. Don't know why. I mean, when you reef them down, you reef them down, but because he told me that, I don't do it. Take the advice of the experts, you know. All right. I took it to the car wash to get as much crap washed off it as I could. I went to a parking lot, I won't admit where, and knocked off a bunch of the fender blades. Oh man, my dish pan is full of dead spiders and snakes. All right. Let's go the rest of the way up, dude. I love my lift. It's gonna clunk. Oh. Okay. That's nice and high, ain't it? I like it. All right. Let me check my collection pop thing here. I got one of those cheapos from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to be soaking wet by the time I get done with this job. She's a dripping. I did take it to the car wash, as I said. But at the car wash. Ooh, looking at the car wash now. Oh, come on. I'm gonna be able to fit 5 or 6 quarts in there. I can't get this to unscrew. Because that disc is rotating, so we're just gonna leave it on there. We're gonna pick this baby up. We're gonna dump it out this way. Alright, so now you've seen this oil change crap before. I think if I remember right, that's a 15. I remember right. So set your jug off a little bit to the side because that's going to squirt out vigorously. See? Probably been a couple more inches out. Alright. This takes like 6.5 quarts. Now the other thing we need to drain is right here, the tranny. Now I need to measure what I pull out of the tranny. I gotta find my spray glue. Yeah, seems like an 11. Yes, it is. That's an 11. Isn't that weird? It's weird. So what I've done is put a dish pan, my dish pan, my drain pan, under that, on top of my oil collector. So it's got some place to go. And ice falling on it. Because as I said, I need to measure that to know exactly how much to put back in. So our ratchet here. Oh, that came out easy. I'm just going to leave the socket right on it. But I bought original GM fluid to make sure that it's the right stuff. Here, we'll watch this fun. There. Dexron 6 automatic transmission fluid, and that's what she requires. 5.5 quarts. There's 6. That thing is still draining. Hopefully it doesn't drain 27 quarts, or I'll put some of it back in. But I think we're doing all right. We're up in here. I don't know how many quarts the dish pan holds. Nothing tremendous, I would think. Sorry, I'm bouncing my legs around here as usual. All right. Well, we're just going to wait for that to finish draining. It's starting to get down to a drizzle. Well, that's still drizzling very slowly, but it's been doing that for an hour. I'm going to cap this off and see how much I've collected. All right, all right. We're going to measure that. Now, how we're going to measure that is we're going to dump it into a 5-quart container. And the 5-quart container will tell the story. So let's see if we can make a mess and spill it all over the floor. Ooh, down you go. All right. Gotta get in the funnel. But it's so much fun. Let's see what we can do with this. Luckily, this thing has a nice lip on it. She looks pretty brown. Can I see it? Oh yeah. I just want to make sure I wasn't draining out like a zillion quarts here. Okay, there's 5 quarts. I think we got about 6 quarts out, and that's all I've got. So, I'm going to dump the rest of it into another jug here. Else we can. I think there's about another quart. Let's see what we got here. Well, it shows we got 1.5 quarts more, so 6.5. I'm going to have to get some more and top it off. Put another 1/2 quart in it, but I'm going to tighten that up. There. Socket on the I don't know how tight we get that because it wasn't that tight. I think it's like a tapered screw. Alright, so the next thing I got to do is I got to change the oil filter. You've seen me do that before too. And that's right up in here where it's really super inconvenient. How's he hiding? They're black, so you can't see them. Yeah, I see it. That's sideways up there. I don't know if I'll be able to. Oh yeah. I learned my lesson not to over tighten them. I think we're at about 96.5. That's what I'm going to put on it. We're a couple of miles. We're 1,000 miles over our 5,000 mile change, but threads. There we go. Oh, it says 92 on it. December of 24, 92,000 miles. I think we're 96.5, so it's less than $5,000. Oops. Well, I'm looking over here, but. It's kind of tucked up in the bottom there. I'm going to have to remember to put an extra half a quart of this stuff in there. I suppose I could just put a half a quart of the other crap back in. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put another half a quart of the other oil, because you're not getting all the oil out of the transmission anyway. It's there goes another chunk of chip. Chunk of chip. All right. And you only turn these about a half to a 3/4 turn after they contact. You don't reef them on with a wrench. They have a very compliant gasket. And so if you ever want to get them off again, you just do that. All right. Okay, that's on, that's on, that's on. Now I got to back her down here and put the tires on. You've seen me rotate tires before, right? I've had a hat since the end of January. I had a terrible cold for a while. So let's come down to tire adding height. Nothing under there, right? There we go. I got Mr. Wackadoo here, which he is 7/8. Seems to be the right size socket for that. And I need to get my torque rod, because the torque rod is the only way to put this on right. And I'll probably be right in your way. Like 7/8, yes it does. Okay. The torque rod controls how much torque you're putting on the light nuts. Okay. These are big old wheels. Big old tires. Crap, they gotta be 10 inches wide. This is mine. start your lug nuts by hand. Don't put them on your impact. Start driving them because it's real easy to cross thread them. And you'll be sorry that you did that. Because you'll have to replace the stud and or the lug nut. Okay, so they're all started. I'm going to show you one, then I'm just going to do the rest. Now I'm just sucking it in until it touches. Okay, now we can go full force. See the way it chatters and stops? That means it's done. And that's 100 foot-pounds. I'm going to do this to all four wheels. All right. Okay. Well, I got you out of the stand now. I got the car down and the hood open, and the computer right here just snaps into these clips. You snap it out of the way, and right down there is your oil fill for the trans. So there's where we got to run our Earl in, and so that's what we're going to do. So I'm right in here close, and I know this funnel looks really sketchy, but it's not. It's it got burned in a little fire once. So I'm going to dump some of the so I got 6 quarts. I need to just dump a half a quart of this in there. Okay, there we go. Now we're at 6 quarts. Now they all go in. See how much nicer and redder that is? And I think when I start this, I'm going to have to let it idle a while so that it pumps up the torque converter. Yeah, it looks terrible, but it's just scorched and burnt because somehow it got thrown in the garbage can. And it kind of got burned up. Now I have some special goo here that I'm going to add. It's supposed to stop transmission shudder. So I'm going to dump about half of this one in. And I'm going to add this additive. We said this stuff worked really good on GM transmissions when they kind of shudder when they shift. It's called Instant Shudder Fix. It comes in this little pod, 2 ounces. So now I'm going to shake this up just to make sure she gets mixed in here. So yeah, we're putting that half quart back in. We're where we should be. All right, that's all there is to that. Don't forget the cap, Robert. And don't get this crap on your car paint. And it's just got a little rubber gasket on it down here. It screws right back into that hole. Easy peasy. All right. And then the computer just fits back like that, just like that. So there it is. That's how you get to that. Now let's put the Earl in. Crack the jug. They put these things end to end in a long skinny box. And of course, you know, the gorillas that ship these things smashed them together and broke the cap. Here, I don't know if you can see it. We'll zoom over this way. I know this is riveting. Watching a guy change the oil, but I've showed this before, good old Quaker State 530 full synthetic Dexos, which is what your engine wants, your GM. So we got tranny fluid in, we got engine oil going in, new filter. To change the filter in the transmission, you have to pull the transmission out of the car. So that ain't happening. It's a lifetime. Filter is what I'm calling it. I've got like 10 gallons of motor oil to take to the recycler. Bet you'll be glad to see me. I know it takes a little more, so I'm going to dump what I got left in this other jug from the last oil change just to use up the older oil. Not that it's older. There's a quart and a half in here. So that makes 6.5. All right, well, it's nice to have a furnace in here. I've got it set at 60 degrees when I work out here. I've been working on I've got a remote thermostat you're supposed to be able to talk to via internet, but of course, it ain't talking to me. So, there's those empty jugs. Let's see what the dippy stick says first. Hey, dipstick! Oh, baby. I don't even know what time of night it is. It's dark. It's dark 30. Now, sometimes you'll get a bubble of oil in your dipstick. See, that says right to the top. But let me go start it. Just for a second to pump up the everything. All right, we're back. I got the car keys this time. You know, it's one of them radio key things that you can't start the car without it in your pocket. gonna have to get the shop vac out and suck up this water. I'm gonna back this thing out. Let's check our levels again. You know, when I opened this hood, the gas cap was sitting up there. I wonder if it ran the whole time with that gas cap off, or the oil cap. Yeah, okay, see now it's down. I ain't seeing nothing on there, just a little on the tip. Pardon me? So I think I need to add another quart. You know, after I pumped it through the whole engine. It's down at least a quart. I think that's what the length of the perforated line does for you. On the dipstick, I mean. Low to high mark is a quart, I think. Of course, you don't want to overfill either. All right. See, now we got enough oil for my next oil change when that occurs. I'm thinking that's it. The whole shebang. Yep. Perfectly right to the top of full. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Transmission and oil change. Transmission oil, yeah, see, it was blowing oil out, oil fumes under here because I had to add gas cap off. What an idiot. I'm surprised that it didn't lose more, but it never really went down. All right. Good to go. All right, guys, well, that's it from Bob's Barn Workshop today. We still got work on that baby to do. I got to find that oil leak. I'm going to put a cruise control in it before we go on power tour this year. I'll probably put a new battery in it because last year I was worried about the battery and it ain't any younger. All right, guys, take care. God bless. We will see you next time at Bob's Barn Workshop. Woo!
Tell you